Hey, what's up, everybody? So, this is gonna be a little different, something new to the channel. I'm gonna call this, it's an edition called, My Life Stories, right? So, about a little over a month ago, just for some reason, you know, I just felt like making some prison wine and at home, and I wanted to see the difference using real ingredients compared to how it was with the ingredients I had to use in the joint. And I made about 4 or 5 bottles of the home brew. I'm not a drinker. Once in a while, I have a Heineken for the taste, but I don't drink to get shit faced, drunk, or buzzed. I just like to taste a Heineken once in a while. And so I made the home brew at home, and I tasted it, and it tasted a lot like it did in the joint. It tasted a little better, yeah, but you know, wasn't that much of a difference, using better, ingredients. But I just did the basic sugar and potatoes. That was it. But anyway, so I wanted to tell this story about this one time I was in the joint, and I'm not gonna say what facility it was. I'm not gonna mention the names of the people that are in this story. But so I had done something to go to the hole, and my celly that I had in the block that I was on, he ended up going to the hole too right after me. Not for the same thing, but it had something to do with what I did, and so they put him in my cell in the hole, and with cellies in the hole, and when you're in the hole, you can only the only thing you can order from commissary is hygiene products. Shampoo, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, stuff like that. Can't order any food, no candy, nothing. Um, you can't have a radio, but we had a radio, so we were all right. And the only thing that you could order other than hygiene was coffee. And you couldn't order any creamer, you couldn't order any sugar, that you couldn't, and if you tried, you run the risk of not getting your coffee at all, or they would just take whatever it was that you tried ordering and just throw it back into the commissary, and you'd be credited back your money. But sometimes, we would know what COs were going to be on during commissary day. And when we'd find out that the laid back COs were going to be on during commissary day, sometimes if you ordered 2 bags of sugar, your celly ordered 2 bags of sugar, they might let it slide through, right? But not every time. You couldn't do it all the time when they would be working on commissary day. They see what you were doing and trying to take advantage. So you could only get away with it once in a while. So me and my Sally, we order the sugar, and bang, CO throws our bags in front of our door. We're like, word, okay, right? So we had the germ already going, and we got a piece from somebody that had a batch going, because in the hole you got one tier that's PCs, right? Your fucking rats, your skinners, shitbags, right? That can't go to regular PC, like they're like super PC, right? And then you got people that are ad segged that they just bury in the hole, but they can order canteen. But anyways, so we already had the germ going. We just needed the sugar. We get that. We're like, nice. We're gonna be drinking in about a week from now. You know what I mean? But we're gonna be drinking in the hole, and we got our radio, and we got a deck of cards, and we're gonna have a good night. So we finally, the night comes. It's ready. It's done cooking. We start straining it and preparing it. Now in commissary, you can order these plastic cups. They're called tumblers, and they're these big ass plastic cups. That's like 2 cups in one. And a lot of people make these diesel cups of coffee, right? And sniff a welly, drink this monster sized cup of coffee and just be zinging, right? So we put the homebrew in what cups we had, but there was a little bit of homebrew left over, right? So we just kept it in the bag, we tied it off, and we kept it in the toilet. Now that toilet bowl water is freezing, right? All around the year. It doesn't matter how hot it is in your cell. It doesn't matter. When you're doing your business and that water splashes up, it tickles your balls a little bit. Your shit goes right up in you like a frightened turtle. You know what I mean? The fellas know about shrinkage. But anyways, so me and my celly were sitting on my bunk. I got the bottom bunk. We're playing cards, right? We're playing casino. And of course, I'm cracking them over the head, as usual. And, so the first cup, we just pound it, right? The first cup, me and him, we just basically chug it all in one, try to all in one sip. But we chug it. And, for some reason, like, this was the only time I've experienced this, but we chug it and like I felt like bloated, like it felt like I drank like a gallon of water, right? And my celly felt the same way, and so we stopped pouring our second cup. We're getting on that. We're playing cards. We got the radio going. We got speakers, and we're just, talking shit, telling stories, and just, making the best of a shitty time, right? And I think we were on our third cup, and he just goes, dude, I don't feel good. I think I'm gonna puke, right? so like I said, we had the rest of the homebrew tied off in the bag, sitting in the toilet, keeping cold, right? And he stands up, and right when he stood up, he was like, wow, dude, I gotta piss like a fucking racehorse, right? But I gotta puke at the same time. And I don't know why he just didn't take the bag of homebrew out of the toilet and puke in the toilet, right? Now, anybody that's been to the joint, whether it's county, upstate, the feds, everybody knows. Even when you're brushing your teeth, your toilet, right? It's all one piece. So you got your toilet bowl at the bottom, and it goes up, and where the tank would be normally, like if you were at your house, where the tank would be, is a sink, a built-in sink. And everybody knows you never spit into the sink. You always spit into the toilet bowl, right? So So he gets up and he just pukes all in the sink, right? Just out, right? Like some exorcist type shit, projectile vomit, right? And it's got some force behind it, and I just see the puke go right, it just goes right up the wall, right? And I'm like, bro, you're cleaning that shit like ASAP. And I didn't know, right? While he was puking, right, into the sink, he was taking a piss into the sink as he was puking, right? And he's like, bro, I'm not wasting this. It's hard to get sugar, like, and I'm like, what do you mean you're not wasting it? What, dude? Like, there's nothing you can do. Like, what are you gonna re-drink it, dude? You just puked it up, man. And he goes, yeah, right. And I thought he was bullshitting, right? But no, sure enough, he gets the tumbler and he scoops as much as he can into the tumbler, right? And he just holds his nose and just chugs it, right? And I'm just looking at him like, wow, bro. Like, I mean, I get it. We're in the box. Like, it's hard to get the sugar and make the home brew, but if I would have puked that into the sink, I wouldn't, scooped it up and drank it. Like, nah. And I didn't know at the time that he was pissing in the sink as he was puking. So not only was he drinking his own vomit, right? But he was drinking his urine. And I said, bro, I don't know how you can drink that, but look, just take the homebrew out of the toilet bowl and take a piss. I'll turn around. And he's like, nah, I ain't got to piss no more. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you said you had to piss like a racehorse. He's like, oh, I was pissing in the sink while I puked. And I'm like, bro, so you not only drank your puke, you drank your piss? And he's like, yeah, I guess so, right? I'm like, uh, what, dude? You're fucking with me. It's like, nah, word. And I'm like, I said, you get all of it? Did you drink it? Did you get it all out of this sink? Because I'm like, now you need to start cleaning that shit, right? Like, I mean, I get addiction, and I used to be a wicked bad alcoholic when I was a young teenager until I found heroin. But I mean, I'm not judging them. I just thought it was a funny story. I just kept it between me and him. Like when we got out the box and we went back to regular pop. Like I wasn't telling the brothers, like, our people, like, hey dude drank his own, vomit with his own piss in it, like I didn't want to put him out there like that, man. He was already catching a bunch of shit for like being a fiend, with the Suboxones and the wellies and anything else that came through. Like, that kid, man, he made things happen, but in the end, like, people weren't feeling it because they felt like, hey, he was just more concerned about getting high, not doing nothing, and he was questionable of whether he was gonna have our backs, and if shit hit the fan. So he's not he's not down with the get down anymore. And still a good kid, man. It's funny as Hey, that kid had me dying almost every night in the cell, man. That kid had stories, his facial expressions. Like, I really believe he could be a good comedian and actually make a profit, a living off of it. Like, and I don't say that about many people I know. And, but regardless, after he wasn't down with the get down, and he had a rough time, but he never went to PC or nothing, but I still like the kid, and I'd still fuck with him, and I hope he's doing good. I haven't seen him since the last time I was in, but yeah, I just thought I would share this story, and even in while incarcerated, being addicted to drugs or alcohol, and there's access to it, most likely, you're gonna do it. I mean, why not? You're incarcerated. Like, you want to escape every which way you possibly can mentally. If you're not sleeping, hey, why not be drunk or high, right? But um, you know, I got a lot of more stories coming. I want to get some people on here and talk about where they're at and what they're doing and what works for them and what doesn't work for them. Um, I want to get the message out there. I want to let people know that all the stereotypes and the stigma of addiction, it's not all true, and it's not all like everybody makes it out to be. A lot of it is, but we're just trying to get better, and we can get better together with a good support group, a good network, the tools on how to stay sober, and we can get better. And I'm doing really good. Like, I went through a little rough patch, and I've been doing drugs for many years, but I will never give up, and I will continue to work to get sober and clean and work on myself to better myself. And I don't care what it takes, but whether I have some success and then fall off, it does. I will always get back up, and I will always try to beat this addiction. And I hope y'all enjoyed the story, and I appreciate everyone's support, everyone watching the videos. It really means a lot to me, and I hope everybody had great holidays, and I will drop another video pretty soon. Alright, everybody, take care.